thank you all for coming. We're so excited to show you the complete, work in progress, almost complete Hard Times Collective. Thank you all for coming. Let's freaking cut these ribbons.
Okay, so on the count of three.
Okay.
1,
1,
2, 3.
Sorry, they're great. So good. So well. Okay, here's the weapon. Hold on.
Hi, I'm Dave Etkin. I'm the director here at the Louisville Small Business Development Center, and I am here with Megan Whitmer and Chaella Higdon. They have just opened their new boutique, which is called
Hard Times Collective.
Yeah, Hard Times Collective. Yeah. And I met Megan several months ago, and I think that their story is probably the consummate entrepreneurial story that I've heard. Working in corporate for all those years, working for the man. Wanted to get out on your own.
Yeah.
Just tell them what they can do with the job. And finally that day came, and here we are. You're out of corporate, and here we are. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
Sure. So I have been in corporate retail for the last 12 years, and through the pandemic realized that was no longer filling my heart, filling my soul, and started selling vintage online by myself. Chaella independently was doing that as well, just as a hobby at that point, and then slowly evolved into a side hustle, which has evolved into this full-time business.
So you guys met at an event where you were doing sort of the same thing, and you guys joined forces.
Yeah, it was both of our first events, and it was a big one. It was the Florida Fleas Riverfront, waterfront event, which is our favorite. And we met up, we shared contact info, and about 6 months later we reconnected, and we were both kind of on the same page with let's do something more with this.
No, let's rephrase that. Kayla's like, I've got a crazy idea.
Yes.
Let's open a business, a retail store.
Yeah.
And I also am that kind of crazy, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. It's time. So here we are. A year later, after that meeting, we had scoped out some retail places and had to work through some rezoning kinks, and finally we are bringing you Hard Times Collective in the flesh.
So tell us a little bit about Hard Times Collective.
It's a collective of 31 vendor-based for vintage resale, clothing, accessories, home goods, and furniture. And then we also have a handful of local artists that make their own goods, jewelry, candles, upcycled clothing, resin, wall art, a whole accoutrement, if you will, of different locally made goods and giftables.
Wow. We're going to take a tour here in just a little bit, but tell us where we can find Hard Times Collective.
Hard Times Collective is in Butchertown at 1008 East Washington Street.
Yeah. And what are your hours?
We will be open Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and on Sunday from noon to 5.
Okay. Can they find you online?
They can find us online at hardtimescollective.com and on Instagram at hardtimes.collective.
Good job.
Yeah. So it's still in its infancy, but we are starting a Hard Times Collective Fund, which is a consumer and vendor-based donation-based fund that we are wanting to use to give back to people of our community, even our vendors that are part of the collective. And they can apply via our website, and really it's just trying to give back to women, people of color, people in the queer community that are going through hard times, financial or otherwise. And we'll use that money to be able to give back and support in any way that we possibly can.